Fala aí, pessoal, estamos aqui diretamente da E3 2019.
Olá.
Olá, Brasil! CD Projekt Red, Cyberpunk 2077. Acabamos de ver um incrível gameplay hands-off e vamos conversar aqui com o Alvin sobre o jogo, fazer umas perguntinhas para ele. Primeira é sobre a mudança, né? Que a gente viu o jogo no passado, eles falaram que muito mudou, mas o que mudou? Hello, Alvin.
Hey.
Almost over the show.
Yes, I still have a ton of energy still, though.
Still?
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
for you. We are dead here. We went our
My
bed.
feet are dead, but I'm still good. I'm still
Feet
good.
and legs are really
Yeah.
bad. So my first question is, I watched here in E3 Los Angeles Convention Center, hands off last year. And now 1 year later, we are here again. We've seen some updates. And the game is going to be released in less than 1 year. So what did it change, the main changes from last year to this year?
Yeah, so one of the huge things we focused on in between that was adding the stealth mechanic in our game. So in Cyberpunk, we're still going to do the Witcher 3 thing. We're going to have an awesome open world. You know, we're going to do our awesome storyline. But we want to show that you can come at the gameplay however you want. So we added stuff like you can now hack a lot of different things. You can do stealth a lot of things. You can do a lot of melee. You know, you can play non-lethally as well if you want. But also, we added a lot of choices as well. So we have your background and your skills affecting a lot of what you can do. You know, for example, I can now play a corporate person who doesn't want to kill anyone, and he's using hacking, and maybe he just wants to make money because he got fired from his job, right? Or you could play as this crazy samurai, where you can run in and start slicing people up and taking off their arms. We're now letting you do both of those in our game.
E para a próxima pergunta, foi falado que há um tempo atrás não existiria uma tela de game over. Vamos perguntar como é que isso funciona. I really don't remember when exactly, but there was a time when CD Projekt Red said, okay, for Cyberpunk, there are no wrong choices. There is not a game over screen. I mean, of course, you can die in the middle of the game, but I mean, there is not a wrong choice that's going to get you killed. How is it going to work in the game?
So we want to model real life, right? Sometimes it's very obvious when there's a very important decision. So like in the demo we saw today with the NetWatch agent, you know, he's trying to save his own life. He's like, hey, you should switch to my side. I have a lot more money. You know, I'm pretty powerful. I took out Brigitte. And also the voodoo boys are just going to get rid of you, right? And that's a very obvious decision you can make here. You know, if you can piss off the voodoo boys forever, or you might, I'm not sure, sorry if I'm not allowed to swear.
No, of course.
Oh, okay. Or yeah, you could get the NetWatch not on your side as well. But still at the same time, we also have some subtle choices that, just like real life, you might not realize will happen. You know, maybe you're nice to someone and 4 years later that's your boss, and you just didn't know, right? It's just kind of like real life as well. So yeah.
I actually have a story like that. I'll tell with camera off.
Nice and not.
No, nothing happened.
Okay, cool.
No.
Yeah.
E agora a próxima pergunta é sobre uma reestruturação que eles tiveram, né? Que um grande personagem, um diretor de criação, ele saiu e foi para Blizzard e muitos de vocês ficaram preocupados. Vamos ver se realmente mudou alguma coisa ou não. So, next question. It's about news that a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I know, they were really worried. I said, I don't believe that nothing changed on the project. But during this year, if not mistaken, on the end of last year, Sebastian Steppin, that was the director of creation from CD Projekt Red, he left CD Projekt Red and went to Activision Blizzard. And a lot of people were worried, oh God, no, how would that influence the game? Is this going to change the story, etc.? So can you comment about that? Did it change anything, or no, you're still on track and nothing changed?
Yeah, so I'll point out that I think to make something super amazing, you need help from a lot of people, right? You need people who are working at the character level. You need people who are doing animations. You need people writing stories and everything like that. To that effect, I'm still really happy with our story in Cyberpunk. Yeah, so it makes sense in the game industry that people want to try different things, right? Some people will want to do different projects because it's creating a more interesting challenge. Even at CD Projekt, you know, a lot of people didn't want to be the Witcher game series forever and ever, right? We want to see if we can do a new story in a new setting, you know, in a modern setting. Mm-hmm. And that was like a lot of interesting pull to do Cyberpunk. And, you know, I don't want to do spoilers, but if you saw the demo today, you saw our Johnny Silverhand creature. Yeah, and you can tell he's got many layers to him. You know, at the top level, he's a rocker boy, which means and he was ex-military, so he hates corporations. He's gonna run in and like light a corporation lobby on fire, throw like a match, set the gasoline up, and be like, "Yeah, screw you guys," right? And he's kind of a jackass in that regard. But then when you talk with him more, you see there's more to him, right? He actually cares about you in his own way. He's worried about your health. You saw that in the demo, and yeah, so we're gonna have really rich and detailed characters still in our game, and I can't just like tell you that. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh no, you guys killed Jackie." It's like, I really like Jackie. It's like, I mean, you only saw him for like 30 minutes in the gameplay, right? And to me, that says like, hey, we can still build characters that people can really like relate to, and yeah, so I wouldn't be worried. I think we're gonna nail the story still. So.
I could see the wall in the entrance, like all the prizes you guys won. Yes, you've nailed it. Don't worry at all. E para a próxima pergunta vai ser como você, com relação aos upgrades que você pode fazer, a liberdade de criar seu personagem e também com a mobilidade na cidade, carros, que foi algo que a gente viu que existe sim, carro, moto, etc. My next question, it got a lot clearer after the gameplay that I've seen. So what can you comment about the upgrades that you can do, the steps you can take? In the demo we saw one V that was the V girl that was like a tank, she like destroy everything, and the other was a hacker, so he could hack everything, as you mentioned that you can hack like getting a pin off a bomb, grenades, and clean stuff, because everyone it's a little electronic. So how is it going to work in the game, on also the cars that you can take the street to move between one place to another? There's a car, it's a motorcycle. Where else can we expect?
Yeah, so for your last question, you're also going to be able to go outside the city. So you can see what that's like, in what we call like the nomad area. So, kind of where there's a lot more freedom. The mega corporations don't go out there too often unless they run a power plant or something. And in the city, we have 6 unique districts. Last year, we saw this like downtown one, right? A lot of busy and a lot of small food stores. Today we saw Pacifica, which is like this like war zone. No one goes there. It's basically everyone's left it. And we have a lot of different communities as well, right? We have the very rich area, where all the rich people go, but obviously it's probably very corrupt and there's some like secret stuff going on, and it will be up for you to find. So in terms of environments and where you're gonna go, it's gonna be very varied, and you're gonna feel when you go into a different area. It's like, hey, this is a different feeling, right? Night City is very dangerous, but you can go to some place in the Pacific. This is like extra dangerous. Like I do not want to, spend too long here. And then for your first question about the stats and attributes and what you can build. So the way our system works is that we have these RPG stats like intelligence and like, body, which is like strength. And that has like a group of skills. So for example, if you're very strong, you can wield maybe hammers very well, right? And if you're very smart, you're really good at hacking. But our skill tree lets you go into many different directions. So maybe you want to actually try sniper rifles. You can actually just pick that up. You can start doing sniper rifles right away, and you'll level it up as you go. And you can even go practice your sniper rifle. You can go to like a firing range and try shooting your sniper rifle to see if you like it. But it eventually reaches a limit. So say my cool is level 3. I can only get my sniper rifle to level 3. And if I want to go further, maybe I really like sniper rifles, then I'll have to increase my cool. So in that regard, you'll be able to specialize once you find what you want, and that defines how your character will be different. And the super awesome part is that this also unlocks different dialogue options, right? So if I'm really, really good at sniper rifles and I somehow am in a sniper rifle store, I can actually like talk with maybe the store owner and be like, hey, I saw you have the new Mark whatever, and I might actually unlock something for you, right? Yeah.
Cool. E para minha próxima pergunta, eu vou perguntar um pouco do sistema de dia e noite, como é que isso vai funcionar, como é que muda entre os personagens, a interação. One thing that we saw last year, it's that the game will have a day and night system, and in the same area it will change. So in the morning it's something, the afternoon it's another, and the night's another. How that's going to work into this world? What can we expect it?
Yeah, so like any real life city, there are just some places you don't want to be in at nighttime, right? It's like, okay.
Pretty much where I am right now, but it's okay.
Well, I hope you can, move soon. But
We open the door very quick.
Yeah. So in that regard, you might want to, have your gun ready. And we saw this actually in Witcher 3 as well. Like sometimes if you're going around the city at night, some guys will just try to attack you, right? They think you are easy mark or whatever. They'll try to rob you, and they might just attack you right away. But at the same time, it works in the opposite direction. If you go to like the super rich business area at daytime, you'll see like these people, these corporate people who have managed to get their way super high up the ladder, probably through corrupt means. And you see them walking around in their very nice like military limousines because it's Cyberpunk, so you can't just have a limousine. You have to have armor-plated limousines. Yeah, so I think you'll see some interesting stuff there. Also with the RTX stuff we have, like the lighting systems we have, nighttime just looks so amazing with the billboards and the light bouncing and all that, and the ambient inclusion and all that stuff.
Cool. E para minha última pergunta, eu vou perguntar quantos seriam os possíveis finais que o jogo teria e qual seria a duração média dele. And for our last question, the game is about taking decisions. You can take a lot of decisions. So I don't know if you can speak about that or no, but how many endings we'll be able to see, and how much time you think that we need to finish the game, or at least the first run, because I remember that for Witcher it took like 100 hours, 120, and you could play for hours and hours more.
So we're still working on the game very much. We're going to have a ton of different endings, and actually within each ending we have like sub-endings, which are like even smaller differences that you can change. And in addition to endings, we have like character and stories that also get finished as well, and those even have different options, right? So if you remember in Witcher 3, we finish Priscilla's story early, right? And that happens before the ending. So we'll have that branching as well. In terms of actual number count, we're still working. No one's actually counting and be like, hey, we have this many and we can't add or remove anymore. No, like if we figure out a better one that works, and if we figure that doesn't work, we just change the number. But at the core part of the CD Projekt games, we're going to offer you a lots of choice and ability to change the world, right? Today we saw you could piss off the Voodoo Boys, or you could side with the Netwatch agents. Last year you saw that you could resolve the Maelstrom crisis two different ways, right? You could actually work with the Corpos, or you could work with the Maelstroms and get their help. And all of this will combine to kind of make your own kind of playthrough interesting. I can tell you that when we're designing our game and we just load into like a level to test it, we pick different options of what happened. Like, hey, is this person alive? Did we romance this person? What happened in this fight? And some of our quests have like 25 options, like 20 options, like, and that's really cool because that means the quest designer is like thinking about every single combination, right, and like how it impacts their quest. And so the idea here is you'll get your own like playthrough of Cyberpunk, which is super cool. And we have this new system where like your background now impacts it too. So if you're playing a corporate, you're going to have a different experience than someone who's playing from a street kid. So if you really want to fully complete this game, like 100% everything, you're going to have to play it at least three times, right, for each background. And you're probably going to have to try every single skill. So you're like, hey, how is it like if I'm very good at engineering and I'm like really good with robots and I can talk with people about robots? Or how is it like if I'm really like smart from the street, like I know how gangs work and I know like, hey, if I ask this question, it will like, make them whatever. So we offer a lot of replayability there. And then finally, to your first question, in terms of hours, we're still working on it. We haven't given anyone, a timer, like, hey, time it and start playing the game.
Go.
Yeah, exactly. But we want to offer the experience for both players, right? If you want to get through the main story, you can do that and not go through your side quests. If you want to go do a lot of side quests, we promise they will be super high quality and you'll be able to do a ton of this stuff. And if you want to fully experience the game, get the full replayability, you'll have that this time too, right? It'll be different. It won't be always Geralt with the two swords. You can be Geralt who never kills anyone. You can be Geralt who focuses on hacking. You can be Geralt who focuses on sniper rifles or whatever. Yeah, so... and I'm sure a lot of people in the community, they're probably going to come up with their own crazy builds, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's like, hey, I'm going to be the punching guy, but I also, I don't know, I like robots or something, and it'll be kind of crazy. Yeah.
So we can expect a lot of content.
Yeah, a lot of content, a lot of replayability, a lot of expressing who you are as a person too. Yeah.
Thank you very much for the interview. We really looking forward to play the game next year. It releases on
April 16th, 2020. PC, Xbox, and PS4.
Thank you very much.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Alô, galera! Muito obrigado por assistir a mais um vídeo do Última Ficha. Não deixem de curtir o vídeo, se inscrever no canal e acompanhar as nossas redes sociais que estão na descrição do vídeo. Acessem nosso site www.ultimaficha.com.br para todas as notícias mais quentes do mundo dos jogos. Até a próxima!